So, hi everybody.
Hi.
Happy Saturday. Welcome to our last minute reading and productivity sprints tonight. We're so glad that you all could make it. Thank you so much to those of you who answered our poll on our YouTube channel and also who told us on Discord that you could come. We really appreciate it. We weren't planning to go live. We just decided to kind of last minute. Um, just because we're hanging out at home tonight, nothing going on, and we were just planning on doing some reading anyways, so we just figured why not come live and hang out with you guys. Um, but yeah, we've just been home all day. I've been cleaning, so ignore my crazy parents. We just had dinner. But yeah, we're ready to get some reading in, and I love doing weekend sprints because I can just focus on reading
Yep.
versus during the week. We're usually working during our sprints, which we love, but it's nice to just be able to focus on the reading. So welcome, say hi in the chat, let us know what you're up to tonight. And of course, let us know what book you're reading if you're going to be reading with us. But we're so glad you are here. Thank you so much for joining. We're going to be here for like a few hours tonight, so we're excited to spend the Saturday night with you. There's nothing else we'd rather be doing. So let us know what you're up to and what you're reading. And thank you so much for joining. We really appreciate it. You never know like who can really join these last minute sprints. So we're so glad that so many of you were able to make it. So we really appreciate you being here. And yeah, let's get some reading done together, or if you're doing something else, get your work done. Whatever you need to do, but we're so glad you're here.
Do you think you could like tilt the screen over a bit or like move it?
Can you just move closer? Like,
Because I'm like barely in the
Steph's
screen.
like on like a little bench, so she's a lot lower than I am. Um, you've but like because we don't have any more chairs in here, so like just excuse that. Um, I could probably like turn it a little bit. Hold on. Okay, so at least you're in it a little bit more. I just like turned our computer screen so you could see stuff, but we usually, come live on like separate screens.
Yeah.
But we just decided to share a screen tonight. So sorry for the awkward angle, but it'll be fine. So yeah, we're both gonna be reading tonight. Steph, do you wanna tell them what you're gonna be reading?
I'm reading a book on Kindle because I'm borrowing it from the library. I'll
Yes.
show you the cover so you can see what it looks like. I'm reading here. We just put it up. I'm reading. Hold on.
I can move it closer.
You can hold it. Pachinko.
Here is
by
the
Min
cover.
Jin Lee. I don't know if it's pronounced Pachinko or Pachinko, but I say Pachinko.
I love the cover. It looks super fun.
I'm currently reading this right now. I'm like 50 pages in. I'm actually rereading this because I read it a couple years ago. I think I read it in 2021, and I remember I like loved the first half of the book, but for some reason I couldn't get into the second half because this book is kind of like it's like multiple stories in one. So it basically follows like a bunch of family members from different generations. And so I think like I remember loving the first half, but yeah, the second half I couldn't get into, but I want to give it another try because I love historical fiction books a lot more now.
Yeah.
And I love I love anything that's written by an Asian author because I love Korean culture, I love Japanese culture too. And I really want to watch the show that they made. If you didn't know, they adapted this into a show last year on Apple TV. And so I really want to watch the show. So that's another reason why I'm rereading the book. But yeah, I'm mostly rereading it to see if I'll like it more this time.
Mm-hmm.
And I have other like Asian historical fiction books on my TBR for like this month and next month. Some of them I own like in physical copy, but I really wanted to give this one another try first because this is like the most popular like Asian historical fiction book out there. Like everyone, this is like the most well known one. So yeah, I really wanted to like give this one another try. So I'll see what I think about it. I'm 50 pages in, and
awesome.
I'm still liking it, and it's a pretty big book. It's almost 500 pages.
Oh wow!
But like I said, it's like There's the book split into like 3 different parts,
Yeah.
so that's why.
No, that definitely makes
If
sense.
anyone's read it, please let me know your opinion.
Yeah, as always, if you've read any of the books that we mentioned, please let us know your thoughts, spoiler free. We'd love to know what you think. Hopefully you enjoy it, Steph.
Yeah, that's why I'm reading on Kindle because I borrowed it from Libby.
Gotcha. Yeah, we're both using like Libby and Hoopla a lot right now. So I'm reading, well, I guess starting, but I'm currently listening to The Treatment by Suzanne Young, which is the second book in the program series by Suzanne Young. It's like an old YA dystopian series. I'm sure you guys know it. Um, I'm still listening to it, so I'm listening to it on audio. I borrowed it from Hoopla, I believe, and I'm about halfway through that. So I'm not going to be reading that tonight, but I just wanted to share. But I'm liking it so far. I don't think it's as good as book one, though. Let me know if you've read the program series by Suzanne Young. I'm curious to know what you think. But yeah, I'm enjoying it enough to continue. There's 6 books. I actually own all of them. I found them in little free libraries, which is super lucky. But I honestly don't know if I'm going to read all of them. I'm probably going to donate them. And just because Hoopla has all the audiobooks,
Yep.
so I'm thinking to
Makes
just
sense.
kind of get rid of the physical copies to make room on my shelves in my TBR, and I can just listen to the audiobooks to finish the series when I'm ready. But I'm currently, yeah, I'm listening to book 2, which is The Treatment, and I'm liking it so far. So I'm not going to be reading that tonight, but I wanted to share it. But I'm starting a new book tonight. So I'm starting It Ends With Us from Colleen Hoover. You guys all have to know this book. Um, we actually also had the physical copy of this book, but I'm trying to reduce like our physical TBR. As you guys know, this is the year Steph and I are really gonna try to not buy books and really just read our existing TBR. So we're trying to like downsize our physical TBR because we have so many books you could see behind us on the shelves. So we actually do have the paperback of this book, but like I said, I'm trying to get rid of physical books. So, I actually found this one and I'm borrowing it from, I think, I forget if it's Libby or Hoopla. It's one of those. I always get them confused.
Libby, because I saw it on there before.
Libby, yes. So this is the ebook. So I'm just borrowing it from Libby and I'm going to be reading it on my Kindle Paperwhite, which you guys know how much I love. So yeah, I'm a Colleen Hoover fan. I'm not like obsessed with her like a lot of people. But I read a few books from her years ago and I really liked them. So this is one we've had for a very long time in our physical TBR. We've never gotten around to it. Are you still interested in reading it or no?
No.
Yeah. So Steph bought it, but she lost interest. But I am going to give it a try. And like I said,
book for like I've probably had that book for like
a long time
7 years or something.
because it's been out for a while.
I bought it because I used to trade books with people on Twitter. It was like a hashtag called Books for Trade.
Yes.
Where you
where
you could really trade your books with someone else's and you kind of ship them out to each other so you each get the book.
Yes, I remember those days.
I remember like I got it from someone like a long time ago from Twitter.
Oh, okay.
That's why I
totally forgot about that. Yeah, so we've had this in our physical TBR for a very, very long time. Like I said, I'm just trying to reduce our physical TBR. So I wanted to check Libby to see if I can read it digitally instead for free. And I did find it. So I'm borrowing it from Libby right now. I'm surprised it was available, honestly. And yeah, I'm gonna be reading it on my Kindle. We'll see what I think. Like I said, I read a couple Colleen Hoover books like a long time ago, and I am a fan of her. But I don't read her books very often. They're just kind of like once in a while reads. We're not like obsessed with her like other people, like the book talk community. But I do like to read her books once in a while. So I'm gonna start this tonight. I have not read it yet. So we'll see how I feel about it. If any of you have read this series, because it's actually a duology, I believe. Let me know what you thought, but obviously I've heard good things in the community. Of course, there's also a lot of like controversy always with Colleen Hoover, but I don't listen to any of that stuff.
Aren't they making a movie for it?
It says soon to be a major motion picture on the cover, so yes, I think they are going to make it a movie. But yeah, so I'm going to give it a try. She's a romance author. We love romance around here. But like I said, we don't read her books very often. But when I have read her books, for the most part, I've enjoyed them. We didn't really like Maybe Someday. That's like the only one. But yeah,
That's the only one I've actually read from her.
yeah, but I'm a Colleen Hoover fan. Like I said, I read her books here and there. So we've had this one for a very long time. So I'm reading the digital copy so I can get rid of the physical copy. So yeah, I'm gonna start this tonight. We'll see what I think. If you read it, let me know what you thought.
I'm curious to see if you like it because
I'm curious too.
Because at work, every time there's a popular book,
Mm-hmm.
every time at work someone books for recommendation for a popular book. A lot of times I haven't read it, but Stacey has read it, so I'll usually tell the customer that oh, my sister loves this, so I hope you like it.
Yeah, more books to share.
I just don't have interest in reading her books.
Yeah, no worries. And I know her books are not for everybody because they're controversial and there's like different triggering topics in her books, so they're not for everyone. But nothing really triggers me, so I'm fine. But I've heard there's like abuse, it's like abusive relationships and stuff like that in here. I don't know. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. But overall I've heard good things. It's a very well-loved book in the community. But yeah, we're just trying to really read what we own this year. Let me know if any of you are doing that too. We're just trying to read our physical TBR and really not buy books.
I'm reading kind of a mix.
Because we have so many books, as you can see behind us.
Last year I read so many books that I've had the longest, like for 5 years.
Yeah.
So I got through those, which is good.
So yeah, we're slowly getting through our physical TBR. We're actually filming a kind of like a reset for the New Year vlog this weekend. And I actually filmed part of it today and I showed our TBR carts, so you'll be able to kind of see like how we store our TBRs and everything like that. So stay tuned, that video will be coming soon. But yeah, that's what we're reading tonight. Let us know what you're going to be reading or what you're doing. And let us know if you've read any of these books. We'd love to know. And I'm finally going to get through the chat. It looks like there's a lot of comments here. So thank you all so much for coming and commenting in the chat. We appreciate it. I saw that Sarah joined. So hi, Sarah. Happy Saturday. I hope you're well. I know we were just kind of chatting over in Discord. So glad you're able to make our sprints tonight. She said, I'm happy to share the Saturday night with you. Thank you. Same here. My copy of Divine Rivals got returned, unfortunately, so I'll be making my way through the first Percy Jackson book. Did you finish Divine Rivals, Sarah, or did you have to return it early? Because I know you were reading it. Hopefully you were able to get through it, but let me know what you thought of it. I'm curious to know because, I love Divine Rivals. Hopefully you like Percy Jackson. I have not read that series, but Steph has read it. So hopefully you enjoy it. I'm glad you're able to join us. Hi, Liz. Thanks so much for joining us. So glad I can be here this evening with you guys. We're so glad you can join us. Just made some soup for dinner. Awesome. What kind of soup? We're big soup people. We actually had soup for lunch. So we ended up getting Burger King for dinner. So healthy, I know. But it's a treat. We like to treat ourselves on the weekends. Hopefully your soup turns out really good and you enjoy that. But what are you going to be doing tonight, Liz? Let us know what you're reading or what you're up to. And we're so glad you could join us. Sarah said I've been meaning to read that series. Thankfully, I've got a physical library copy of Divine Rivals that I'm reading at work. Oh, okay. So you're saying you have another copy? And are you talking about Steph's book for this series? Or are you talking about It Ends With Us? Let me know which one. But I'm glad that you are still able to read Divine Rivals. I really hope you like it. I know you said you were enjoying it so far. Liz said it's super windy here. We're supposed to get snow and are told to stay in if you don't have to be out. Oh, okay. Yeah, I know there's been some crazy weather lately. I hope you and your loved ones are safe and well inside. Hopefully you don't have to go out tonight or anything. We got some rain, but the rest of the weekend's gonna be okay. I think it's just gonna be cold and rainy tomorrow, and then I think we're getting snow on Tuesday, so we'll see. But I hope you and your loved ones are safe. How's the weather where everyone else is? I kind of just said this, but today was warm and sunny, but we got a lot of rain last night. It's supposed to rain tomorrow. So not too bad here. Sarah said to Liz, we had a snowstorm last night. The snow was thick and the wind was strong. Definitely a good idea to stay in. Oh, okay. Hopefully you're able to enjoy the snow and hopefully you've been safe and everything in it. I know the snow can be inconvenient sometimes, but I actually love the snow. So I love that you got snow last night, Sarah. I hope you were able to enjoy it. Vanessa
Hi,
joined.
Vanessa.
Hi, Vanessa. Thanks for joining. I know you're going live tonight with Leandra. I don't know if you started yet or not, but thank you so much for coming to say hi. I appreciate it. I hope you're doing well. Liz said hi to Vanessa. Just to clarify, my copy of Divine Rivals on Libby got returned. Okay. Yeah, thanks for clarifying. I'm surprised you were able to get it on Libby. You think it would
I know.
you think there'd be so many
That's
holds
true.
on it right now. So, at least you still have the physical copy at work, Sarah, that you can read from. But I hope you're still enjoying it so far. I absolutely loved Divine Rivals. Stuff you need to read it soon.
It's on my February TBR.
Yes, you have to read it next month, and I'm going to be reading Ruthless Vows very soon as well. So I hope you're enjoying it still, Sarah. Hi, Tina. Thanks for
Hi, Tina.
joining. Welcome. Very excited for these sprints. Thank you so much. Yeah, we don't come live at night very much anymore. I think when we started, we went live at night quite a bit. Usually just during the day works better for us.
I used to work Saturday nights.
Yeah, you did actually. Yeah, you used to work Saturday nights. So yeah, we nights don't always work for us, but right now it works well. So I'm glad you were able to join us. And I know you said that nighttime sprints work the best for you. So we'll definitely try to do some more nighttime sprints as well, because I know not everybody can come during the day. Because you have to work and everything. We totally get it. So we'll try to do more of a balance between like daytime and nighttime sprints. And I'm so glad you were able to join us. What are you up to tonight, Tina? If you didn't already say so, let us know. Hi, Brianna.
Hi.
Thanks for joining. Glad you can make it. What are you up to? Hope you're having a great Saturday. Hi, Millie. Thanks for joining. Is everyone in the same time zone? These are definitely not evening sprints for me. Currently 11:20 p.m. No, we're all in different time zones, but Steph and I are in Eastern time, so it's 6:49 p.m. here. Thank you for joining us, even though it's super late where you are. I'm so glad you're able to join us for a bit. But yeah, I think we're all in different time zones, which is really fun. Liz said it's 6:20 p.m. here. Yeah, so you're the same time zone as us, Liz. It sounds like you're also in Eastern time. Hi, Donna. Thanks for joining us. Happy to have some nightly sprints. I'll be reading from God Killer tonight. Awesome. Hope you enjoy. I'm glad you're able to make it. Yeah, I'm glad that a lot of you like nighttime sprints because, especially in the weekends, we like them because we can just focus on the reading. So thank you so much for joining us tonight. Lisa, I'll be finishing an audiobook tonight and a graphic novel. Awesome. Hope you're enjoying both of those. Millie said, hoping to finish Does It Hurt tonight, 81%. Oh, you'll definitely be able to finish, Millie. I feel like you could definitely do it, even though it's late where you are. I think it's definitely doable. How are you liking that one? That is the crazy book that everyone's been reading lately. I think it's a dark romance. Have you heard it? It's like, it's really crazy. Everyone says it's like the weirdest book. Dreamcatcher was reading it. I think Brianna read it. Vanessa read it. It just like looks like a strange one. So hopefully you're enjoying it. Let us know what you think, but I'm sure you'll be able to finish
Is
tonight.
it H.D. Carlton?
Yes.
I know the author.
Yep. It looks like a weird one. Steph's looking it up right now.
Really
but everybody says that it's like so weird.
Let's see. I want to read it.
It sounds creepy. Hopefully you're enjoying it, Millie. Tina said I'm pretty close to finishing Death by Pantyhose by Laura Levine. I really need to do some editing. I absolutely love that title. I think that is so cute. That has to be a cozy mystery, Tina, right? Hopefully you could finish tonight. Hopefully the editing goes well. I like to edit on Saturdays myself. I think it's fun. I just watched your reading vlog, Tina, and I wasn't able to leave a comment because I was in a hurry, but I really enjoyed your daily reading vlog. Hopefully you do more of those because I thought it was really, really good. But yeah, I really enjoyed your vlog. Hopefully you can get your book done with us tonight. Death by Pantyhose. I know
the name.
I know. You know,
it's a cozy mystery, right?
You know, it's a cozy mystery. Yes. Okay, I need to write that one down because I need to look it up. I love, like, I'm friends with Tina on Goodreads because I see all of her cozy mysteries on there, and then I always add them to my TBR. But I love the names, like, they're so good. Sounds like a good one. Hello, welcome to our sprints. Welcome to our channel. I don't think I've seen you here before. Thank you so much for joining us. Just got home from a friend. It's past midnight, but so happy to have seen these sprints because I still need to do some stuff for uni. Awesome. I hope everything is going well with your studies and your school. I'm so glad you found us. I'm Stacey and this is Steph, and we run this channel together, and it's like a book channel and a lifestyle channel combined. So we do these reading sprints every week and we upload new videos. We love for you to support and stick around and join us every week for our sprints. But it's so nice to meet you. Welcome. And hopefully you could stick around and get some work done with us tonight. We're so glad you're here. Hi Storm, thanks for joining us. Hope you're doing well. Reading on the Body on the Doorstep by Marty Wingate, historical mystery. So cold, so nothing better to do than read. Yeah, I agree. There's nothing better to do on a winter night than read. I have not heard of that one. Have you heard of that book?
No.
Storm's been reading a lot of historical mysteries, which is really cool. Hopefully you're enjoying it, Storm. Hopefully you can get more of it done with us tonight. Thanks so much for joining us. Tina said to Liz, LOL, of course it's a cozy mystery with a title like that. Yes, cozy mysteries have the best titles. I love them. Love them so much. They're so funny. Thought you had Steph sitting on the floor. I know, it kind of looks like it. Yeah, we need to get another chair in here, but most of the time, like I said, we don't sprint from the same desk. Usually it's just me here at my desk and Steph's like downstairs or somewhere else taking care of our dog.
Yeah, I'm usually downstairs on the couch with our dog.
Yeah, she's usually downstairs to take care of our dog, and I'm usually upstairs here at my desk. So we only have one chair in here. So she brought like a little ottoman stool thing from from her room, and it's very low. So that's why she's low. It looks like she's sitting on the floor.
We used to have a pink couch in here, but then we got rid of it.
Yeah, but hey, it still works. But yeah, we had a little couch in here. You guys probably remember behind us. We ended up selling it on Facebook Marketplace, just because we really don't need it anymore. It's nice for sprints, but like we just weren't using it, and it's kind of in the way. And this room is like pretty small as it is, and it's pretty tight. Yeah. So we really didn't need it anymore. So we sold it on Facebook Marketplace, but that would have still been nice to have for sprints. But we're just making this work for tonight. This isn't like our usual setup, but we thought it'd just be easier to come live from like the same screen for once.
Yeah,
so
our parents are in the living room tonight, so
yeah,
I wanted to come up here.
Yeah, and that's the thing. We also live with our parents, and they're downstairs, so we didn't want to be in the same room as them, because of the noise and everything. So we're both up here in our cozy like home office / reading room, and I just cleaned it today, and you'll see that in our reset vlog coming soon. I gave this room a really good clean. So it's nice and clean right now. So we're happy to be in here. But yeah, our setup's a little bit different. So just bear with us for tonight. But Steph, no, she's not sitting on the ground. Just know that. Hi, Dreamcatcher. Thanks for joining us. Welcome. I hope you're doing well. I'm still reading Does It Hurt? Yep, she's reading it. I'm almost done. I have 5% left. Congratulations. You'll definitely finish tonight. What do you think of it at this point? Because I know you said you didn't even know what you thought like the other day.
Looked it up. It says it's like a mystery thriller romance.
It's like a weird one. Yeah.
I think it's a book talk book.
It's a dark romance, yeah. Yeah, let me know what you think of it at this point since you're almost done. Because I know like you weren't sure about it the other day. But you're so close to finishing. Hopefully you could finish with us tonight. Is it ends with us the first or the second? It's the first one. The second one is called It Starts With Us, Liz. So I'm reading the first one in the series, or duology, I guess you could say. Millie said, I liked It Ends With Us as long as you're aware of the trigger warnings and don't think it's a cute romance. Yeah, exactly. Like, I already know going in about the trigger warnings. I think it's important to know that before you go in. So I'm fine with it. Like I said, I don't know if I'm going to like it or not. We'll see. Because we tend to like the cuter romance books. We don't really like dark romance and like these other romances. So I don't know if I'm gonna like it. We shall see. But I am aware of the trigger warnings going in, so I think that's helpful. So thank you for sharing your thoughts. We'll see how I feel about it. Tina said, I hope you enjoyed Endless. I read it like 5 years ago and loved it back then. Colleen Hoover used to be my favorite author. Oh, I didn't know that you read it, Tina. That's so cool. Yeah, I'm very late to the game with her books. Like I said, I only read them like once in a while. I'm not someone who binge reads all of her books or anything. But I'm glad that you really liked it. That's good to know. I didn't know that she used to be your favorite author, so that's really cool. Thank you for sharing. I'm actually getting rid of books myself because I have way too many. Yep. We're just doing like a huge like home purge for the new year. So like I said, I'm filming it in a vlog. Stay tuned. I'm doing like a reset vlog.
I literally just posted a reel on Instagram and TikTok.
Yes.
About just like showing half of this room and saying how like
There's so many books.
My physical TBR is literally half the room, and then I realized that I have a problem. I posted that like a day or two ago because I thought it was funny.
Yeah, I feel like our TBR is bigger than most people's for some reason. Yeah. But I mean, it is both of our books combined, so that kind of makes sense. Like it's two people's collections. But yeah, we pretty much just share our books since we have the same taste. So yeah, the 4 shelves behind us. So we've said this before. So the one all the way over here is our favorite shelf. So these are the books that we've already read and we wanted to keep them because we will reread them. They're like our favorite books. And then the one right here is like half TBR, half storage. I have some planners and like desk supplies on there because my desk doesn't have drawers. So this one's like half TBR, half desk and other stuff. And then the 2 all the way over behind Steph are our TBR shelves. So
and I have like and I have books on my cart too.
Yeah, so like the 2 shelves it's like the 2 shelves behind Steph, half of this one, and then we have some books on like our carts is like our physical TBR. So it's not like the worst thing in the world. It's not good, but it's not, I don't know. I don't think it's the worst I've seen. I've been seeing people, have you guys been watching those booktube videos where people are like sharing like all of the books that they haven't read yet, like their TBR, like their entire TBR? I think that's crazy. Like we could never film one of those because the video would just be way too long. But it's interesting to see how many people have a big TBR as well. But yeah, our TBR is definitely big. We have more than enough books to last us a long time. So we're really trying to go on kind of like a book buying ban this year and really, really try to read what we have and not buy anything. Of course, Steph works at a bookstore, so she gets free ARCs and, you know, she'll buy books. Yeah. She'll buy books here and there.
Sometimes we literally
we're trying to really cut back and read what we have and purge books as well that we, you know, lose interest in. So we're really trying to be more strict this year.
At work, sometimes we get finished copies of books that are damaged. Mm-hmm. So they let us have them for free. Like my manager really just gave me this copy of Icebreaker.
That was cool.
It looks like it looks perfect condition on the front, but on the back,
but it just can't
it's hard to see on camera, but
you can't really tell.
You can't really tell, but there's like a long
it's just like it looks like it was bent or something.
There's like a long like kind of crinkle on it. So like
not bad though.
So yeah, if we have physical copies at work and they're damaged, they literally just give them to us.
I know, that's nice.
I was happy to get this because I've been on the fence about this one. And I wasn't sure if I wanted to read it, but since I got it for free at work, now I'm planning on reading this.
And it's funny that she just got this one for free because I plan on reading it this month on Kindle. I bought the Kindle version, and it's on my January TBR. So I plan on reading it this month. So now Steph has the physical copy that she got for free. So I'm like, we should read it together. But yeah, so obviously she's gonna get books at work here and there, but besides that, yeah, we're just trying to really read what we have this year. We have more than enough books to last pretty much a lifetime, at least a couple of years. And we still really love most of our books. Some we have lost interest in, and we'll kind of get rid of those. But most of them, especially the romance books, we're still interested in. So we're really just going to try to focus on what we have this year and read our existing TBR. Oh, by the way, in one of our sprints the other day, I don't think you were there, Kiana was reading If the Shoe Fits from Julie Murphy.
Ooh.
And she loved
I
it.
have that one.
And I was so excited because that book's been on our physical TBR for a while. But yeah, same here, Liz. Like we kind of just get rid of books like all the time, here and there, like when we lose interest. But yeah, we still love like most of our TBR. We just haven't gotten to it yet. So we're really trying to focus on that this year.
You know, I am super picky with books nowadays, especially romance. So like I honestly DNF. If you don't know what it stands for, it means did not finish.
Yeah.
I DNF honestly, like I would say half of the books I read nowadays I DNF because either like I'm really picky or books just like aren't as good anymore. And honestly, I would love to do a discussion video about this because I know I'm not the only one that feels like book quality like has gone down a bit, especially in the romance genre.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. I feel like I feel like I want to like talk to people about this. I talk to you about it. But like basically it's like I'm not enjoying most romances anymore, especially modern ones, because I feel like the romances aren't developed enough. And so like I literally just DNF'd like three different romance books that I've had for several years because either like two of them were like women's fiction, but the third one, the one I just DNF'd a couple days ago, that one was just not developed at all. Like the romance was so rushed and forced. So I like didn't want to finish it, but like because I'm so picky now with books, it's like we're constantly like always like getting rid of books, but you can't tell.
I know.
Because
it's true.
Like, our
we have so
TBR
many.
It's so big, and I always get like new books from work, so it's just like it's a weird like cycle.
Yeah, it's kind of like I feel like we have a hard time kind of like catching up, like downsizing our collection, because whenever like we kind of read books, and you guys know we read books pretty much one time and then we just get rid of them because most books we just don't reread most of the time. So usually we'll just read a book and donate it to a little free library. So it's like we're constantly getting through books, but it's like we're also getting more, like when Steph buys them, gets them at work. So it's kind of like we're not really like downsizing. We're kind of like maintaining our books, if that makes sense, because we're getting rid of some, but then we're bringing more in, which we don't want to do that because that is not downsizing. That's just keeping what we have. So we're really trying to work on it this year. Let us know if you guys know how many books are on your like TBR, or like do you have a lot, just a little?
I know, I'm really curious.
I'm curious to know. I've never even counted ours to see how many we have, but if you guys know how many are on your TBR, let us know. I'm very curious.
I feel like we literally have our own like romance section. Like
we have our own bookstores.
Like the last shelf all the way over other side. I can't point because it's the opposite.
Yeah.
But like the shelf you see in the like on the screen all the way to the left. That whole bookcase is literally like romance books.
Romance books.
I always joke that I really have
which is our favorite genre.
I really joke that I have my own romance section.
I know, like it's like too many. It's like more than the bookstore you work at has. Oh my gosh. But yeah, we pretty much have our own library and our bookstore, whatever you want to call it. But we do like it because we don't have to go buy a book like every time we finish one. It is nice having a TBR, but ours is just very, very big. So
yeah, I'm still trying.
We're trying to work on it this year.
I'm also like still trying to figure out if my taste, even in romance, has changed from the past couple years when I bought a lot of those books.
Yeah,
because I'm DNFing so many books. But like I said, I think it's because romance books nowadays just aren't developed well enough, and they're all about like the physical stuff, which I'm not a huge fan of.
No,
so I'm trying to find books that aren't like that.
Yeah, like Christina Lauren's books are really good.
And I still love historical romance.
We love like Christina Lauren. They're like our favorites.
Yes.
Their romances are so well developed and everything. We want to find more like that. But yeah, we're trying to get through our physical books this year, and like I said, not buy more than we're reading, because we really want it to go down. We don't want to maintain, and we don't want to increase it. So we're really trying to work on it this year. But yeah, let us know if you guys have a big TBR too or not. We're curious. And Millie said to Liz, yeah, it was the first one. It Ends With Us is the first book in the series. Hi, Sherry. Thanks for joining. Welcome. I hope you're having a lovely Saturday. What are you up to? Thanks, Millie. Yes, thanks, Millie, for answering. I'm reading Pirates of the Levant for a bit. Ooh, that sounds fun. I haven't read many
Hmm.
pirate books. Hopefully you're enjoying it. One Millie said one of my goals this year is to read more books than I buy. Currently failing miserably. Yeah, in simpler terms, that is exactly what we were trying to say. We're trying to read more than we buy.
I feel
Exactly.
I feel like it's gonna take me like 5 years to read all my physical books
Oh,
I'm
5
also
years.
because I'm also such a slow reader.
That's true.
Like I don't read like 100 books a year like you do. Like I read a
Yeah,
lot
I'm definitely the
less.
faster reader. Stuff's the slower
I
reader.
read way less.
We're definitely different in that way, but there's nothing wrong with it. Like,
Mhm.
it's all good. But at least, like I said, the good part about having a TBR is you don't have to go buy books all the time versus someone who like doesn't have a TBR. So, but yeah, Millie, we totally relate. We're sorry that you're failing so far. Hopefully, we can kind of motivate each other this year
Yeah.
to not buy books and to read what we have. That is the goal. Hi, Taylor. Thanks for joining us. Just woke up from a long nap, feel like a zombie. I stayed up way too late reading last night. For me, anyways, I'm a grandma making dinner now. Love it. I could totally relate to staying up late reading. That's pretty much me every weekend, honestly. What are you making for dinner? Hope you had a lovely nap. I'm so glad you could join us. Tina said my goal this year is to go through the books I own and unhaul some of them. I have a lot of books I have no interest in reading. I just don't need them. Ooh, that's a really good goal. Yeah, definitely don't be afraid to unhaul. We're definitely not afraid to purge, that's for sure.
Oh, we get rid of
Um,
books all the time.
yeah, we don't do unhauls, I feel like often enough on
Mhm.
this channel just because like we're constantly getting rid of books. Like we'll just kind of get rid of them like right after we read them. So we don't really like
Yeah.
keep them like in a pile, which we should do that more so we could film unhauls. But it's like we just get rid of books as we read them like all the time. Like I cannot even tell you how many books we've donated to little free libraries
Oh
over the
my gosh, I
years.
know, right?
And we have a lot of books now, but we used to have so many more. I pretty much donated almost my entire physical collection actually years ago because they were all books I read when I was younger, and for
Yeah.
some reason I just like kept them in my closet. I just kept them and I never read them again. So I just got rid of like everything and it felt so good. So this is still a lot, but we actually had a lot more than this, believe it or not. And yeah, we get rid of books all the time. We pretty much go through our books like every week. And
Yep.
where Steph works, I usually go to the library because I take her to work, you guys know, and then I'll go to the library and work. They have a little free library there, which is
Mhm.
nice because I can always drop off books every time I go there. So I'll always ask Steph like a couple times a week whenever we're going to work for her. I'll ask her, "Do you have any books to drop off?" And like literally every week, we're constantly getting rid of some. And I actually gonna get rid of a few more. I have some in our. I have a tote bag that I keep hanging on this door. And every time we go through our books and there's
Yep.
books we want to get rid of, I put the books in there, and then I just put the bag in my car, and then I can go drop them off at little free libraries. But we constantly get rid of books. We're not afraid to do
Yeah.
it. I feel like we used to hold on to books too long, and now because we have so many, we're not afraid to get rid of them.
I also, like I said, I also DNF a lot.
Yeah,
So
Steph DNF's a lot of books.
usually, like right after I DNF a book, I'll just like get rid of
Yeah,
it
and like
because that's how picky I am
a lot, and like
nowadays.
we have pretty much the same reading taste, so a lot of
Mhm.
times like, and I'm not as picky as she is though. I enjoy pretty much like every book I read. It's
Mhm.
very rare if I don't like a book. But when Stuff DNF's a book I haven't read yet, it kind of like discourages me and like makes me not want to read it anymore either, even if it was on my TBR too. Because if she didn't like it, I probably won't. So we end up getting rid of it. But yeah, like we don't hold on to books unless they're like amazing
Yeah.
and we know we will reread them 100%.
I pretty much just keep books that I rated 5 stars.
Yeah. Like we get rid of most of the books that we read because for the most part we don't reread that much.
Mhm.
We would like to reread more, and that's one of our goals for the year is to let ourselves reread books more because usually we don't because we have so many books to read, so we kind of
Mhm.
feel guilty about rereading. But that is one of our goals for the year is to let ourselves do that.
Yep.
But yeah, most books we won't read again. We just read one time. So we'll just kind of read them and get rid of them. So we don't have trouble getting rid of books, which is the good part. But we've actually gotten rid of a lot, and you wouldn't even know because we have such a big collection. Tina, definitely do it. Don't be afraid. It feels so good to clean out your books, and it makes your TBR less overwhelming, when you have fewer choices.
Yeah.
And, there's no point in owning books that like don't bring you joy. And, if you don't want to read them anymore, then, what's the point in keeping them? So I definitely recommend that you go through them. It is like the best feeling. Sarah said I haven't finished Divine Rivals yet, but I'm itching to read it. Awesome. And you have to wait until you go back to work, Sarah, because it's at work. I think you said you were enjoying it, but hopefully you can finish it soon.
I gotta have it right here.
Yep, Steph has it on her cart.
It's on my TBR either this month or next.
And I have Ruthless Vows on my cart, which I'm gonna read probably either later this month or next month. Maybe I'll read it when you read Divine Rivals. That'd be kind of fun. But I hope you're still liking it, Sarah. Hopefully you can get more of it read when you get back to your copy. Donna said I made hamburger, egg roll, in a bowl for dinner. Ooh, that sounds really good. Hope you enjoy. I used ramen noodles and made some broth with soy sauce and veggie broth, added some veggies. Oh, it sounds kind of like a stir fry. That sounds really good, Liz. We love ramen here. I hope you enjoyed. The series I've been meaning to read. Oh, Percy Jackson. Okay. Thank you for clarifying. Sometimes it's hard to know what we're talking about in the comments because we're talking about all different books. So thank you for sharing. Yeah, Steph read it and she enjoyed it for the most part. You'll probably like it.
I liked most of the books. The last one I couldn't get into.
Yeah. It's nice to have a treat every once in a while. I always love a good cheeseburger personally. Yeah, exactly. Couldn't agree more. Nothing wrong with it. On the weekends, we tend to treat ourselves. During the week, we try to eat healthier. That's kind of our rule in our house. But we enjoyed our Burger King. It was very good. Burger King is our favorite, kind of one of our favorite fast food restaurants. We think it's better than McDonald's. What do you guys like better? I'm more of a Burger King person than McDonald's personally. But yeah, it was very good. We enjoyed it. I wanted to go on a hike tomorrow, but I was told to stay, and I'll do my best to stay put. Yeah, it's probably a better idea to stay in, Liz, just to make sure you're safe. But hiking does sound good as well. Hi, Jenna. Thanks for joining. Welcome. We're doing great. Hope you are too. I'm so happy I was able to come to your sprints for a little bit last night. I was able to come in the chat for a couple minutes. It was so much fun, but I'm so glad you're able to join us. What are you up to? I hope you're having a great Saturday. Sarah said, I know. I was surprised I got access to a copy of Divine Rivals on Libby too. Yeah, that's super lucky. I think my library got a ton of digital copies, and I got it right away a few weeks ago. Awesome. That's so sad that you had to return it, though. I'm so sorry. Hopefully you can finish your physical copy. Dreamcatcher said I just finished Doesn't Hurt, and it is wild. Oh my goodness. I've heard so many crazy things about it. Did you like it? Did you not like it? What did you rate it? But I'm so glad that you were able to finish it. I know you've been working on it. What are you going to read next, Dreamcatcher? Do you have another book in mind? Let me know. Tina said, thank you so much. I'm glad you enjoyed the vlog. Of course, Tina. I'm thinking about doing one tomorrow or Monday. Yeah, you definitely should. Everybody, if you're not already, I know we all really know each other, which I love how we all are friends, but go support Tina's channel and everybody's channels. Tina makes really cute vlogs, reading vlogs, so make sure to go check them out. But yeah, Tina, I love your vlogs. Do you have to read them in order or no? For It Ends With Us, I would think so.
Yeah.
I would say yes.
I think I've heard it's a direct sequel.
Yeah. I think it is an actual sequel to the first one. So I think, yes, you do have to read them in order. I will be. I don't know how I feel about it. I can't even give it a rating yet. Yeah, I know you were saying that the other day. You're like, I don't know how I feel about this book. It's kind of funny. For Doesn't Hurt. That's for Doesn't Hurt. Just the name. That doesn't sound very good to me. Doesn't Hurt. That sounds creepy. I don't know. I don't know if that's a book I would ever read.
It's funny because I got the Goodreads reviews and the booktuber people I follow on Goodreads that read it, they all gave it 3 stars.
Yeah. I don't know about that one. Dreamcatcher, what did you rate it? Let me know. I'm very interested. But yeah, I don't know if I can do that one. Have you guys come up with a book for book club in February? Thanks for asking.
Not yet.
We have not figured it out yet. We're planning to do an announcement next week in Discord. So yeah, you're in there, so you'll be notified. But we haven't figured it out yet. If you have any requests for a book that you would want to read in February with us, let us know in Discord. I think we have like a thread called something like book club requests or something like that. But we have not set that up yet. We'll be doing that like this coming week.
We talked about possibly like doing like lessons in chemistry.
Yeah,
for like one of the
that's
options,
one option.
We're not sure.
Yeah,
yet.
if you have any ideas, let us know.
Literally everyone at work, like some of my coworkers and even like customers, have been telling me to read this. I bought this last year at a used bookstore, and I still haven't read it. And like I know everybody loves it, so yeah, that's a possible choice for.
That's a good option. Obviously, we're thinking of romance because Valentine's Day.
That's true.
But yeah, let us know if you have any suggestions. But we'll be kind of having you guys vote this coming week. We'll be posting an announcement very, very soon. Thank you for asking. But yeah, if you have any like suggestions, we will ask for them and then we'll vote this coming week. But we're really excited because we took a break for January. So we're excited to kind of get back into the book club in February. So thank you for asking. We will be sharing information this coming week. So stay tuned. I have boxes of books. Is that your physical TBR? Yeah. You know how many boxes like we would need for all of these books? We're planning on moving this year and we're just dreading that because
that's not gonna be fun.
That's why we're trying to really get through our books before we move, hopefully. So we don't have to bring them with us, like all of the books. Because I don't even want to think about moving these books. So I'm so sorry, Storm, that you have so many as well. It's crazy. I'm glad we're not the only ones that have a big TBR, though. I couldn't work in a bookstore. My paycheck would be gone before I left the store.
Oh my gosh.
That's so accurate, yeah. Steph actually does a really good job, and she doesn't buy books all the time.
Honestly, like my book buying since I started this job in August of last year, I feel like it hasn't been as bad as when I worked at Barnes & Noble.
I agree.
When I worked at Barnes & Noble like several years ago before the pandemic, I think I was actually a lot worse with book buying. But like for my job now at my independent bookstore, I'm not like letting myself buy books as often.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be a lot better.
Yeah, Steph used to work at Barnes & Noble, and now she works at an independent bookstore, which is even better. Yeah, no, you've actually been really good at not buying too many books. But yeah, it's so dangerous for sure.
Oh yeah, it's dangerous.
Working at a bookstore is not easy when you're a reader. I'd be afraid to count my TBR. I don't want to face that problem. Honestly, like I've never counted ours. So.
I was actually tempted the other day to like count mine to see how just to see how much it is, because I used to use, I don't know if anyone knows this app. It's called Book Buddy.
Oh, I remember you talking about that.
I used to use this where you can like scan all of your physical books and it like puts them in the app.
That's kind of cool.
So you can keep track of what you have. So when you go like book shopping, you can kind of see if you already have a book or not. So it kind of keeps track of your collection. So I used to use this.
That's really cool.
I used to use this app a lot. I haven't updated it in the past couple months, but like it says for like books for my shelf for unread. It says like 348.
Okay.
But I haven't updated it in a while, so I would have to go back and update this and maybe add in some books. But yeah, that's pretty accurate. Like 200, 300.
Millie, I totally agree. Like I don't even want to count it. I don't even want to know the number. It's probably a couple hundred to be honest.
Yeah, a lot of these
that's scary.
A lot of these I've actually gotten rid of, so I really need to update the app.
Yeah, let's just pretend we don't know I mean, we don't really know the number, but I'm too scared to count, to be honest. So yeah, let's just say that we have a lot. That's all we need to know. My dad always tells everyone I have enough books to start a library. Yes.
I love that.
Same here, Storm. Same here. Completely agree. We definitely have enough books to make a bookstore or library too, for sure. But it's not a bad thing. It just depends on how you look at it. Like I said, at least we always have books to read, right? We don't have to immediately go out and buy something. So that's the good part.
The only bad thing is about having so many physical books is like I have such a hard time picking what to read next, especially since I'm a mood reader.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm so overwhelmed by the hundreds of books on my shelves, so I don't know what
I
to.
know.
I never know like what
That's
to
true.
choose. I try to go by my mood, but like
It does. It makes it harder to make a decision.
sometimes I don't even know what genre I'm in the mood to read. So there's another problem.
Yeah, we're such mood readers, but it's like sometimes
Yeah.
having too many does make the decision difficult. That's the downside. When you have too many options, kind of.
Yep.
But I try to look at it as a positive.
Donna, Donna, your list makes me feel so much better. Like it's not just us.
I have about 245 unread books, but I have DNF books, gave away all my 3 stars. Yeah, so you definitely have a lot too. Yeah, glad we're not alone there. Like I said, the bright side is you have plenty of books to read. You don't have to go buy anymore, which is good. BRB, going to do some dishes, then I'll be back. Awesome, Liz. We'll see you later. We'll still be here. Jenna said, listen to audiobooks and doing some yoga before hanging more lights around my office. Thanks for stopping in and thank you for being so attentive to your chat. Of course. Hope you're enjoying your audiobook. Love doing yoga and it sounds fun. I did a lot of office stuff today. Hopefully, yeah, you're able to get some more of your audiobook done with us. But yeah, thank you so much for being here. And I know we've been chatting for a while, so thank you guys for bearing with us. We'll start our first sprint very, very soon, but we personally love the chats. Like we love chatting with you guys. So we don't mind the long chats. But we'll be starting our first sprint very, very soon. Don't you worry. But thank you all so much for chatting. We really appreciate it. We're having such a fun conversation. I actually spent the day helping my daughter move her room around, and while she was cleaning up, I was organizing her bookshelves. That was so nice of you to do that for her, Donna. Yeah, so we were doing cleaning on our end as well. Hopefully your daughter appreciated the help. And hopefully you made her bookshelves like all nice and organized. I love that like your daughter reads too. I think that is really cute. Dreamcatcher said, I don't even know what to rate it. I have never felt like this at the end of a book before. Oh my gosh. I'm almost intrigued now to read this book.
I mean, you might like it because you like thrillers. Like
I know.
Suspense, like romance.
But I don't know, it's just like when I hear dark romance, it just immediately turns me away. Like, because it's not what I read. I'm not a dark romance reader, but you are intriguing me to pick up this book.
Just the name of it is hilarious.
I know, like it sounds scary to me. I don't blame you. I'd probably have the same reaction as you, honestly. Hopefully you don't have nightmares or anything from it.
Oh, no.
All I know is I really enjoyed the beginning and end, but I think the middle dragged a little bit. I also know that it's dark and wild. Yeah. Interesting. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it for the most part. Yeah, it sounds like a very unique book, to say the least. Yeah, we'll see if I ever end up giving it a shot. I'm not sure if it's for me.
It's funny because I've heard of the author before, but
Yeah.
I don't remember.
I know, I've heard of the author too.
People like talking about it on BookTube that much, which is weird because people I watch have read the author, but I don't remember people talking about that one.
Yeah, I've definitely heard of the author, but never read anything from this author. Taylor said it starts and ends with us is my absolute favorite duology ever. Be ready to cry. Oh no. Taylor, I didn't even know you read it. Thanks for sharing. I'm glad you loved the duology. Yeah, her books are always very emotional. But yeah, hopefully I like it. Fingers crossed. You guys will be able to see my reactions tonight as we're reading. So, yeah, I'm glad I'm starting it tonight during sprints. So hopefully I like it. But thank you for the heads up. What the title means is ridiculous, to be honest. Oh boy. Okay. Yeah, there's so many ways the title can go, so I'm not even sure where it goes. But the title itself is just ridiculous, honestly. Sarah said, yes, I need to read Lessons in Chemistry. People keep telling me to read it too, Steph. Yes. I know, that book is so loved. I know Vanessa just read it, and she gave it, I think, almost 5 stars, like 4.75, and she loved it. And I think it was Kiana. Someone in our community was reading it, and she loved it too. So I've heard really good things. And I've said this before, but once when I was in the bookstore where Steph works, hanging out there were 2 ladies. They were buying like 4 copies of the book for like a book club. Yep. So I think that's so fun. Like
so many customers have told me that they read it and loved it, and like a lot of I think like a lot of like people, um, they were buying a copy because they loved it.
Mm-hmm.
So people were telling me to read it.
I love the cover too. Like, it's just
Yeah,
so cute.
it's historical fiction technically.
It sounds really good. Yeah, so we'll definitely consider that one for February, maybe. Let us know if you guys have any other suggestions for the book club.
If we don't choose Lessons in Chemistry, maybe Sarah and I can buddy read it, or anybody else who wants to join.
Yeah, I wonder if it's like on Libby or Hoopla, because then I can maybe get the ebook or something. But yeah, we'll definitely keep Lessons in Chemistry in mind, Sarah. We'll have you guys vote this week for book club, but I think that's a really good option. Thank you for sharing your excitement. We feel like we'll all really like it. Dreamcatcher said to Tina, I just subscribed. Thank you so much for supporting Tina's channel. Tina does a lot of sprints too. She does sprints on Mondays. So I love watching her Monday sprints. We're usually out because Steph works at the bookstore on Mondays. So that's why we don't do Monday sprints, but Tina does. So I love watching hers when I'm out working at the library. So yeah, you'll love her sprints. She does a lot of reading vlogs, all the things. So thank you for subscribing and supporting Tina's channel. We really appreciate you all supporting each other and us. I'm planning to read Lessons in Chemistry for a reading vlog, so I can't start it until I have finished the 3 reading vlogs I'm currently in the middle of. Okay. Oh my goodness, 3 reading vlogs? That's a lot of reading vlogs.
I just subscribed to you, so I need to like start watching your videos.
I know. I've been meaning to watch your reading vlogs. I haven't gotten around to them yet, but your videos look so fun. So we'll be binge watching your channel very soon. But I'm so glad you're going to be reading Lessons in Chemistry soon. I'm excited to see what you think. Hopefully we all like it once we get to it. But I'm excited to see your reading vlogs coming up as well. Dreamcatcher said to store. My dad always says the same thing to me, but I always agree. I absolutely love that. I think that is so nice. Thank you so much, Books with Dreamcatcher. Yes, thank you for supporting each other. Of course, I can't wait to watch your videos. Thank you so much for supporting each other. It's so nice to see. She loved the help. Said I do it better. Haha. I love that she does too. She actually will be on More in My Room at the same time for my sprints tomorrow. Oh my goodness, I did not even know you were going live tomorrow, Donna. Thanks for sharing. I will definitely check out your live.
Sounds good.
I think our sister's gonna come over, so we're gonna have some company, which is why we're not sprinting tomorrow instead. But we'll definitely try to come on to your sprint at some point. And I'll look forward to seeing your daughter. I know she's been in your videos before, and she's super, super sweet. So, and it's so cute that she reads. If we ever have kids, like, I would want them to be readers as well. So, looking forward to your sprints tomorrow. I didn't even know you were sprinting. So, thank you for sharing. That will be fun. Hi, Joanne. Thanks for joining. I hope you're having a lovely weekend. What are you up to? We're just going to be reading tonight, which is lovely. We're not doing any work. We're just reading and hanging out. What are you up to, Joanne? Thank you so much for coming. We're so glad you're here. Donna said hi to Joanne. How are you? I'll be reading God Killer by Hannah Kaner tonight. Awesome. Dreamcatcher said hi to Joanne. Liz said I'll join your sprints tomorrow, Donna. Yeah, everybody make sure to go check out Donna's channel at Mom's Book Collection. Amazing. She does sprints. She uploads a lot of videos, and they're all really good. Make sure to go subscribe, support each other's channels. All right, friends, let's jump into our first sprint. I think we've been chatting for like an hour. Wow. So thank you so much for hanging in there. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for commenting and chatting. We absolutely love these chats. So we'll finally jump into a sprint. How long do we want to do?
Should we do an hour? Or
what do you guys want to? Are you guys okay with an hour? Do you think it's too long? I'm good with an hour. I'm good with that. We could do, yeah, let's do an hour, because since we're kind of starting late from the chat, I feel like we need more time. And I'm going to pull up our, I found like a cozy lake ambiance that we will use tonight. I've been using the timers, but I wanted to change it up today. So I'm like, let's do a cozy cabin ambiance tonight. And a couple more comments. Joanne said, "I'm doing well, just working on chapter 19 of my book." Awesome. I hope it's going well. An hour is great. An hour is great. Hour's fine. Thank you so much, everybody. So we will be, we're gonna read in sprint for 1 hour, and then we'll be back to give an update. Happy sprinting. All right, everybody. We finished our first sprint of the night. How did you all do? Let us know in the chat. And welcome to anybody who is just joining us. We're very glad you're here. And we hope you're having a lovely Saturday. So I started It Ends With Us from Colleen Hoover during that sprint, and I made it to chapter 6. So I read 76 pages during that sprint. So very successful first sprint. I'm almost 100 pages in, and so far I'm liking it. Um, I like Colleen Hoover's writing, and I like forgot how much I love her writing. It is really good because I like a lot of dialogue, less description. So I really like it so far. I like the characters and everything. I like the story. I can really relate to the main character Lily because she's in her 20s and she just left like her corporate job to um pursue her dream of opening like a flower shop. So I love that because I'm a small business owner. And I started my own business in my like mid 20s. And so I can really relate to her. So she's a lot of the story is like she's opening up her own flower shop and she's kind of getting it ready to open. So I really like that about her. I can definitely relate to her character. So I really like the main character Lily so far. I think she's great. The male lead character, he's a neurosurgeon named Ryle. He's a strange character. I like him so far, but like there's a certain aspect to the storyline that don't usually like in romance books that's happening in this book, and I don't really want to talk about it because I don't know. I feel like I'm sure like everyone's read it by now, but I don't want to give anything away either. So let's just say like there's something happening that I'm not a fan of normally in romance. Um, and it has to do with like physical attraction. But yeah, I don't want to give anything away. So far I'm enjoying it. So I want to like obviously read further to kind of see like how this is going to play out with like the aspect that I'm not a huge fan of. I want to see if it'll work for me in this book or if it won't work for me and I won't like it. So overall, I'm enjoying it. I read 76 pages. So that is my update. Let me know what you all got up to during the sprint. Stuff did you want to share an update for your book? It's up to you. Do you want to come on or? Steph was just telling me that
Sorry, I'm just like reading something on my phone.
Steph was just telling me that the book she started, Pachinko, she's gonna DNF it, she thinks. Because it just has like it has things in it that we just don't like. It's kind of a weird story. So
And I can't connect to the characters.
yeah, and like she can't connect to the characters. So she's I think gonna DNF it and start something else. Unfortunately, that is just how it goes sometimes. We have to DNF books. Um, but I'm glad I'm enjoying it ends with us so far. So let me know how you guys did during the sprint. I think where we left off is here, where Sarah said, "Great ambiance." Thank you. I'm glad that you like it. I thought it was super cozy. I always look for ambiances that are set at like cabins because I just love that vibe. And I saw that Jessica joined. Hi, Jessica. Thanks for joining us. Happy Saturday. I hope you're doing well. I'll be reading Pawing Through the Past by Rita Mae Brown and Sneaky Pie Brown starting on page 78. It sounds like those definitely sound like cozy mysteries. Hopefully you're enjoying them so far and hopefully you can get some more reading done with us tonight. Hopefully you were able to stay for that first sprint and we hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for joining us. And I also commented saying hello and welcome, Jessica. Thanks for joining us. Taylor said, "This ambiance, I'm so glad that you love it as well." Thank you, Taylor. Nicole joined. Hi, Nicole. Thanks for joining. Hope you're well. Glad we're doing an hour. Yes, we like the long sprints around here. We do an hour quite a bit. I haven't read it all today, starting with my audiobook. Awesome. Hopefully you're enjoying your audiobook. I hadn't really gotten any reading done yet today either until the sprints. So that's why we wanted to come on because we were just going to be reading tonight anyways. So we figured why not read all together with all of you and chat and hang out. So yeah, hopefully you are able to get some listening to your audiobook done in the first sprint. Hope you're enjoying it. The House of Seven Gables by Nathaniel Hawthorne. Awesome. I hope you're enjoying that one. I have not read it. Joanne said, "Hi Nicole, how are you?" Nicole said, "Doing good now." Joanna, how are you? Donna said hi to Nicole. Hi, Sherry, is that your name? Welcome to our sprints. Welcome to our channel. I don't think I've seen you here before. So welcome. We're so glad you found us and decided to join. Stacey, so nice to meet you. Hopefully you enjoy our sprints and decide to stick around and support our channel. We do these sprints every week, and we call this like a books and a lifestyle channel. So we do lots of vlogs and book content, all the good things, and we do these reading sprints every week. So we'd love for you to stick around and join our community if you're new here. If not, then no worries. But yeah, we're so glad you're here. What are you up to tonight? Thanks for joining us. Katie joined us. So hi, Katie. Thanks for joining. Welcome. I hope you are doing well. What are you up to tonight? Thank you so much for joining us. Nicole said hi, Donna and everyone. Tina said, "I finished my book. Congrats on finishing, Tina. 4.75 stars. Awesome. Glad you enjoyed it. Then was taking some real steps to fixing a crochet project that I haven't touched in months." Awesome. That sounds so exciting. I know you're so great at crocheting. That is something that I would love to learn someday. But hopefully that is fun. Hopefully you're able to fix it. I know it's easy to get stuck when things like that happen, so hopefully you're able to fix it. But I'm glad to hear that you got your book done. Are you going to start another book tonight, do you think, or just not read tonight anymore? Let me know. Millie got to 92%. I feel like this book gets crazier the more you read. Yeah, that's what it definitely seems like. Hopefully you're still liking it. You're so close to finishing, so hopefully you can finish it in the next sprint. Um, it does seem like a crazy book. Jessica said, "I read 41 pages." Awesome. Hopefully you're liking it so far. That is great. Amazing job. Sarah said, "I'm at 19% Percy Jackson." Awesome. Let me know if you're liking it so far, Sarah. Hopefully you're enjoying it. Sherry said, "I'm reading The Forgetting Moon. Just 10 pages and a shower, but a nice hot shower is a bonus." Yeah, there's nothing better in the winter than a nice, hot, relaxing shower, and doing some reading, but 10 pages is still great. Hopefully you're enjoying that book. I have not read that one. Donna said, "I read 18 pages, talked to my husband, moved to the couch to get more comfy." Awesome. Love it. 18 pages is great. Hope you're still enjoying your book as well. Storm said 24% into the body on the doorstep. So far, it's okay. Yeah, just okay. Like you're liking it, but you're not loving it. Um, Hopefully you're enjoying it enough to continue, at least. But 24% is good. So great work. Sherry said, "I read about a quarter of my book, so I'm going to switch to 45 Guardsmen by Alexander Dumas." Awesome. I have not read that one. Great job with the reading, and hopefully you enjoy that one too. I like how you're kind of switching books. That is super fun. Donna said, "Checking out Book Outlet because it's been so long. I think I might order some books the next few weeks." Oh my goodness. Steph and I used to buy from Book Outlet all the time. That's probably how we've acquired so many books, to be honest, because Book Outlet is so dangerous. It's just so affordable. So we stay far away from it now. Like, we don't even go on there. We don't even look because that is just too dangerous for us. But hey, if you have the budget and you have room for books, go for it because it is a good place to buy books because they do have really good books for such affordable prices. So go ahead and check it out, but I will not be taking a look on there for a very long time because it's just so dangerous. And I feel like Steph and I have actually also gotten books from there before, and we've actually just not even read them and just gotten rid of them. And I feel like we just bought them just because they were cheap, and that is not a good reason to buy books. So we're staying far away from Book Outlet. I haven't even looked at it in a long time. Hopefully you don't get sucked in unless there's something you really want, but be careful on there because it's very, very dangerous. But yeah, if they have books that you want, then go for it because they're a really good price. Nicole said, "Hi, Stacey. Finished a chapter in my audiobook and then switched to read 13 pages in my physical book, Wheel of Time. Awesome. I know you said you're reading a little bit of Wheel of Time every day. Hope that is still going well, and I hope you're enjoying your audiobook. It sounds like everybody got a lot of reading done during that sprint, so I love to hear it." Nicole said to Sherry, "Is 45 part of the something can't pronounce that series? Let us know." Sherry said, "Nicole, no, it's the third in the Valois trilogy." Oh, cool. Hi, Jess. Thanks for joining. I'm so glad you were able to make it. How was the party? I know you said you were going to a party earlier. Said just got home from a party, hoping to get some reading done tonight. Reading Divine Rivals and loving it. I'm so glad you were able to make it. I hope you had a lovely time at your party. That seemed like a quick party because I feel like we were just chatting on Discord. So I hope you had a great time. I'm sure you're happy to be home now to do some reading. There's nothing better than like coming back home into your cozy home. I am so glad you're reading Divine Rivals, and I'm so glad you're loving it. That makes me so happy since I loved it so much. So I'm so glad to hear you're loving it. Hopefully you can get some more read with us tonight. But I'm so glad you were able to join us. Sherry said, "Yes, I'm new here. Welcome. I'm so glad you found us. Thank you for stopping by. It's so nice to meet you. We have such a loving and supportive and kind community here. So we are so happy to have you join us. Everybody here is just so welcoming and supportive, and we're all friends here. So we're so happy to have you join our community. We do have a free book club if you're interested in joining. We have a Discord and an Instagram. The links are in the description box if you want to check them out. We'd love for you to join our book club. It's completely free. We read books together every month, but we're taking a pause for January, so we're going to pick up in February. But we would love for you to stick around, support our channel, and yeah, join our book club if that interests you. But it's so nice to meet you, and I'm looking forward to getting to know you better. I'm starting to get into sprints. I didn't get much reading done either today. I had to do some last minute winterizing to my duck pen to keep them snug. Yeah, it's nice that we're all able to kind of like settle in tonight and get some reading done since it sounds like we've all had a very busy day. But I'm so glad that you're getting into sprints and that you found us. And yeah, we do sprints here a couple of times a week. So, of course, you're welcome to come back and join for all of the ones that you can attend. We absolutely love doing sprints every week. And we also upload lots of fun videos as well. So, we'd love for you to stick around. But it's so, so nice to meet you. Tina said, "I think I'm gonna start another book tonight. Crepes of Wrath by Sarah Fox, maybe." Ooh, that one sounds really fun, Tina. Let me know if you end up starting it. That sounds great. Hello, Graceful Books. Welcome to our sprints. So glad you're here. I don't think I've seen you here before, if I'm not mistaken. So welcome to our channel. Welcome to our sprints. I'm Stacey. So nice to meet you. I hope you will decide to stick around. Join our community here. Like I was saying, we do these sprints every week and we upload a lot of videos related to books and lifestyle. So we'd love for you to stick around and join our community. Join our book club if you're interested. But it's so nice to meet you and I'm excited to get to know you. Join near the end of that one. I only got 5 pages in. I'm reading Jane Steele. I'm a little tipsy. I hope you're enjoying that book. I have not read that one. But yeah, hopefully you'll be able to stick around and get some more reading in with us. But it's lovely to meet you. We're so happy to have you here in our community. Hopefully you decide to stick around. And I'm very excited to get to know you better as well. Kiana has joined us. Hi, Kiana. Thanks for joining. How are you? I hope you're doing well and are having a great weekend. What are you up to tonight? Let us know. Nicole said, "Sherry, I have Queen Margaret or Margot and hope to get to it this year. How have you enjoyed the trilogy?" Oh, I love that you're chatting. That's so fun. Nicole said hi to Kiana. I love Book Outlet, but Thrift Books online is my downfall. Yeah, Thrift Books is really good too. I feel like it's been around for such a long time. That is another really great place to buy books. Sherry said, "Nicole, I read the first one so long ago, but I really liked it. The second one, not as much, but I think a lot of that was because I did an audio on a long road trip." Yeah, that could definitely change your perception of a book for sure. Sounds like an interesting series. I'll have to check it out. Kiana said hello to Nicole. Donna said, "Yeah, I used to go on and get books just because they were cheap and then got rid of most. I do have a plan, so I'll get books I want. Yeah, I feel like it's good to go onto those websites when you have like a specific wish list in mind because just going on there aimlessly for me has not been a good idea because that is exactly what happens in the past, like where I would just buy them because they were cheap and then I like wouldn't read them because like I didn't actually really want to read them. It's just so dumb and it's such a waste of money. So yeah, I think going on there with like a wish list and a plan is a good idea. So it's good that you're doing that. What books are you thinking about getting, Donna? Feel free to share with us. Nicole said, no, don't worry. I can't pronounce half of Dumas series either. I don't know French. Yeah. Yeah. I was like, not even going to give that a shot. I don't know French at all. I took Spanish in high school and that's about it. And I barely remember it. And that's the only other language I can like speak at all. I don't know any French. So I'm like, I'm not even going to try pronouncing that. So I'm glad you can understand, Nicole. Donna said, welcome to Sherry. Yeah, everybody, welcome Sherry to our community and Graceful Books as well. Thank you for being so welcoming. I love this community so, so much. I can't say that enough. So thank you for being so welcoming, Donna. Just said, yeah, we were only there for 2 hours. It was fun, but too many people for my taste. Oh my goodness, like this is like such like an introverted thing to say. Like, I actually hate parties as an adult. I don't know if any of you are the same way. Like, I cannot be at a party for a long time. I feel like I'm good with just like getting to a party, talking to people like for like maybe like an hour or so, and then I'm like, all right, I'm ready to go back home to my comfort zone and like watch a movie or read or you know what I mean? Like watch sprints. Like I am just like so easily drained by parties. Like I can only be there for a very short time and then I'm ready to go. So I love that you were only there for 2 hours. And I don't like being around a lot of people anymore. So I completely relate, Jess. Like I feel like I would have been the same way. So it's nice that you were able to kind of come home like at a decent time and not stay for too long. Kiana said, I'm still reading The Liar. Awesome. I hope you're enjoying it. And Donna said, welcome, Graceful Books. Thank you so much for welcoming her, Donna. I appreciate it. Books of Dreamcatcher said, I started reading Paper Princess. Awesome. How are you liking that one so far? Let me know. Sounds like a good one. I got 26 pages in and I did some editing. Awesome. I'm excited to see your upcoming reading vlogs. Graceful Books said, thank you for the warm welcome. Our pleasure. Thank you so much for joining us. We are so happy to have you, and we would love for you to join our book club as well if you're interested. The Discord link is in the description box. Just like Sherry, we would love for you to join our community. Welcome. We're so happy to have you. Donna said, I do thrift books mainly when my son needs more of his Annie-Morph books. Yeah, that makes sense. It's really smart to buy books secondhand. I love buying used books personally. It's just like such a nice way to save money. Millie said I was scanning some of my TBR onto an app and just my bedroom floor is hosted 92. Oh my goodness. Um, yeah, it sounds like you all have big TBRs too. So I'm glad that Steph and I are not alone here. But it's not too bad. Joanne said, a Graceful Books, welcome. Nice to meet you. What genres do you like reading or writing? I love when you ask that, Joanne. It's so sweet. Thank you for welcoming her in. Joanne said, haha, I'm the same way, even after an hour or two of socializing. And I'm also an ambivert. I'm done with socializing. Yeah, like it's very weird because with you guys, like here on Sprints, I can talk no problem. Like I could talk with you guys for like 8 hours and I'm fine. Like I'm not drained. I feel so good after Sprints. Like I'm not drained at all on here. Like I can film videos for hours and I'm fine. But for some reason, being in person with people and having to socialize, especially people that like I don't know very well, that makes me so uncomfortable and so drained. So it's so strange how like you feel differently talking to different people. But with you guys, like I can just like talk like all day long. No problem. But yeah, I'm not a good party person. Don't take me to parties with you because I'll walk in the door for like 5 minutes and then be like, all right, I'm ready to go. Like Steph and I talk about that all the time because she's the same way. Like right when we get to a party, we're already ready to leave. So we're not the best people to go to a party with. But yeah, I'm glad you can understand, Joanne. Like I just get so drained for some reason with people in person. But talking to you guys, like, it honestly, like, energizes me. Like, I do not feel drained at all. So it's very interesting how it can be different depending on who you're with. Dreamcatcher said, "Welcome, Graceful Books." Thank you so much for saying that. Graceful Books said to Joanne, "I started with fantasy, but I really enjoy thrillers and mysteries. But fantasy's my go-to." Ooh, those genres are fun. Do you have a favorite book that you've read recently, if you want to share? Fantasy, thrillers, and mysteries are all great. I love that you're a big fantasy reader. My sister Steph, who's also here, who I run this channel with, she's a huge fantasy reader. Um, but I like reading mysteries, thrillers, romance, fantasy, all the things. So I love that you like all those genres, especially fantasy. Joanne said 441 words written today. Congrats, Joanne. Amazing job. Even like how you're working on the weekend. That's awesome. Hope everything with the book is going well. Joanne is an author, if anybody doesn't know. She wrote an amazing baking romance novella called Culinary Confessions. You can get it on Amazon. I read it recently and I absolutely loved it. So cute. Definitely check it out. But she's an amazing author, and I'm really excited for her next book that she's working on. Dreamcatcher says so far it's been a very interesting start, and definitely not what I was expecting, as I thought it'd be a YA from the cover, but it's definitely not YA. Oh, I never really thought about what genre that book is. Huh. Very, very interesting. I know I like hate when that happens sometimes when books are kind of like different than you expect, but sometimes that can turn out to be a good thing when we're like surprised by books going into them. Yeah. Hopefully you end up enjoying it, even though you know that it's not YA now. Sometimes covers are very deceiving that way. Joanne said to Graceful Books, "Cool, I love reading those genres too. Looking to read more outside my genre though. My favorite genre is cozy romance and mystery thriller." Yeah, same, Joanne. It's always fun to kind of read outside of your usual genres, as well as like our favorites. And it's interesting how everyone has like a different favorite genre. Donna said, "Usually when I have company over, I'll get to 20 minutes and then have to leave the room just to breathe." Yeah, yeah, yeah. Steph and I are the same way. Like we actually have to leave and kind of go recharge a little bit when people are over. We need that like alone time. So I completely understand. And yeah, I don't like when people come over and they stay like all day. Unless it's like my immediate family. It's just like too much for me. It's too draining. So I'm the exact same way. I have to like leave the room and take a breath. Joanne said, "Currently working on Project Sugar and Spice, my bakery rivals to lovers, work in progress, still in chapter 19 of 40. You're doing so great, Joanne. I cannot wait to read the book when it's done. As I always tell you, I'm so excited for it. I loved Culinary Confessions so much." Sherry said, "Being around lots of people drains me." That's definitely an introvert like me. Too much energy. I definitely recharge my batteries by being on my own. I can relate wanting to not stay at the party too long. Yeah, this is again, you're an introvert. It sounds like me and like Steph. Like we're such introverts. We are exactly the same. Being around people is draining. And we definitely recharge on our own as well. Yeah, I'm just not a party person. I'm sorry. Like, I'd rather be doing anything else. I would rather be at the bookstore or here on YouTube or just anything else. So I pretty much avoid parties at all costs. I only go to the ones that like I really want to go to. So yeah, I'm glad to hear that I'm not alone. Thank you guys for sharing that you're also introverts as well. That's why I love this community, because I feel like you guys really are our people who are so much like us, who we can really relate and connect to. So I'm so glad for our community. Donna said bookish party, then we'll all have a blast. Yeah, exactly. Like when we're all hanging out with each other and we're so similar, it's a totally different story than being with people who, don't like to read or like think people we don't have anything in common with. That's when it's difficult. So yeah, bookish party would be absolutely no problem at all. It's kind of like the sprints. I consider them bookish parties. Graceful Books said to Joanne, "I love romance too, but I think I'm very picky with mine." Yeah, that's okay. My sister Steph and I are pretty picky with romance as well. We definitely know like what tropes and plot lines we like and what we don't like for sure. Jessica said, "My book is a cozy mystery and I'm enjoying it. It's book 8 in the Mrs. Murphy series." Awesome. Thanks for sharing. I love cozy mysteries, but I have not read that series. So I'll definitely have to check it out. I'm glad that you're enjoying it. Joanne said a Graceful Books, haha, same here. I love it. The Blood Like Magic duology was the last fantasy series I read that I really loved. Ooh, I have not read that one. I'm so glad that you loved it. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for the kind words. You're so welcome, Joanne. Hoping my next book will surpass your expectations. I'm sure it will. Joanne, I'm not a picky reader at all, so I'm sure I'm going to love it. Keep us updated. It's my pleasure to support you. I can't wait to get your next book. Speaking of baking, I'm currently watching The Bear, and I love seeing Marcus on screen. Love watching him make his desserts. Oh, that's so fun. I know that we all love like all the baking stuff. Um, Love it so, so much. So much fun. Though now this episode I'm watching, episode 4 is making me crave donuts. Maybe I'll make some of those these days. Ooh, yeah, donuts are always good. We've made them homemade before, and they're super good. Love a good donut here and there once in a while. Joanne said to Donna, I'll bring the desserts. Yeah, sounds good, right? I would love that if we can like meet up and have like a book party. Maybe someday it'll happen. Yes, I'll love a delicious dessert. Absolutely. We all love our desserts here, that's for sure. But yeah, a bookish party would be so much fun. I would love to do that someday. Do like some kind of meetup or something. Um, yeah, something like that would be so much fun. I like the sound of it. I most like fantasy and sci-fi, but also really like horror, thriller classics. I'm currently pushing my book interest and I'm checking out Japanese fiction and even some romantasy. Ooh, so you kind of read like a little bit of everything. I love that, Sherry. Sounds really cool. Romantasy is really fun. I haven't read any Japanese fiction, but that sounds really cool. I like that your reading taste is very like diverse. Thank you for sharing. Joanne said you made some donuts from scratch. That's so cool. Yeah. A while ago. You can totally look up, there's a bunch of recipes online, where you can make donuts from scratch, and they're actually not that difficult to make. Of course, like, we made them healthier, like, we baked them instead of frying them, but I'm sure they're gonna be better if you fry them. But we baked them, and we did different toppings, like, we did, like, cereal and, like, different things. So they were really good, and they were really fun. I would love to make them again. We made homemade sourdough pretzels last weekend, which is really good. We like to do some baking on the weekends. So yeah, we just made sourdough pretzels too from scratch, like the movie theater pretzels, and they were so, so good. So yeah, we love all the baking. But yeah, making donuts is actually pretty easy. You should definitely check out a recipe. Any tips you'd like to give? Just follow a recipe. That's literally all that's all that we did, honestly. Not an expert here. Oh, I'm trying to get more into horror books too, so if anyone has a good suggestion, please let me know. I am not a horror reader, and I haven't really tried to be, honestly. I'm not a horror movie person, like I can't do it. I've been like thinking about trying some horror books to see if they're for me, but I'm not sure if horror is my genre. I don't typically like anything scary. I can't do scary movies, so I am not the person to ask this, unfortunately. But I'm sure someone here will have some recommendations to share. In our Discord, we also give each other a lot of recommendations. So if you join our Discord, you can also get some recommendations there as well. But if anybody else reads horror and wants to give Graceful Books some recommendations, feel free to do so. But that is not my genre at all. You should try making homemade bagels. They're amazing. Okay, I've been wanting to do this for a while and I just haven't done it. Um, I've never done it, but like I've heard really good things and I love bagels. I would eat them every day if I could, but obviously they're not healthy. But I've heard, yeah, I've heard you can make bagels homemade and they're really good. So I definitely need to try that sometime. It's on my list for sure. Millie said I like Joe Hill for horror. Okay. Thank you for
That's Stephen King's son.
Yep, Stephen King's son, yes. Um, that makes sense, and obviously, like, Stephen King, is probably another good one. I have not read any of his books because I think they're too scary for me, but yeah, give Joe Hill a shot. Yes to homemade bagels. Nicole, have you made them before? I've never tried them, but I've heard really good things and they look really good. Sorry for putting you on the spot. No, no worries at all. But donuts are on my list of things to bake. Already crossed off apple pie. Ooh, apple pie is good. Yeah, no, no worries. I'm just not a professional. I just bake for fun, honestly. I just go on Pinterest and search for recipes and just follow the recipes. That's literally all I do, Joanne. So there's so many donut recipes online that you could follow. I literally just look up recipes and just follow them. That's all I do. The apple pie sounds amazing. Ooh, homemade bagels sound good. Yeah, those sound amazing. I'll have to try those. I'm sure they're healthy or homemade too. Also, I love pretzels, but only if they're soft and especially in the warm. Yes, those are the kind that we made. They're soft pretzels. Like the big fluffy ones that you get like at the movies and stuff. We made those with sourdough starter because my mom makes homemade sourdough bread, and we always have like some leftovers, so we'd like to bake it in different things. So we'll make like pizza dough with it. We've done like blueberry muffins, pancakes. It's good in everything. So we did soft pretzels last weekend, and they came out really, really good. Millie said, "No, all Stephen King's books are scary. He does some mysteries." That's a good point there. Yeah, I've never tried any of his books, so maybe someday I'll give one of his mysteries a try. Thank you for pointing that out. Do it, Stacey. Homemade are so good and easy. Okay, thanks for sharing. I've seen a recipe from a YouTuber actually who makes homemade bagels, and she only uses like two ingredients. I think it's like Greek yogurt and flour or something. Nicole, is that how you've made them before? I've heard that's one way to do it, but I definitely need to try them. Horror's so broad. Yeah, it really is. It's so broad. Like, I completely agree. I love baking from Pinterest, helps so I can visualize. Yeah, I literally go on Pinterest just for recipes. I have like a recipe board with like hundreds of saved recipes that and I'll just like refer to that here and there. But that is literally what I go on Pinterest for is the food. Um, yeah, so it's really fun, Jess. I love that you do the same. I think it's just funner than going to Google to look for a recipe. I think Pinterest is more fun. Nicole said, "Hi, Steph. Didn't know you were there." Yeah, she was in here before, but now she's kind of like off to the side. But she's still here, so thanks for saying hi. I have made them amazing. Awesome. Thanks for letting me know, Nicole. I definitely need to try them. Joanne said, "Adjust, same here. I love using Pinterest to look at desserts to describe for my bakery books." Yeah, I love Pinterest for food.
Okay.
It is my favorite. I love homemade stuffed pretzels. Yes, they're so good. We made them for the first time last weekend. Stuff is back. Do you want to share kind of like what we were talking about before? Like, do you want to share an update about the book you were reading and your thoughts?
Okay. I'm so frustrated right now because
I'm so sorry.
this is like the fourth book that I DNF'd in a row, and I go through like a lot of periods like this. I
Yeah.
would say every like couple months where I just have like a streak of like DNFing like
Mm-hmm.
3 books in a row. And it's so frustrating
I know. I feel so
because I'm
bad.
not loving anything right now, and so now and then like Stace knows that like every time I DNF a book, it puts me in like a slump.
Yeah.
And then I'm always like, okay, like what do I read next? And then I don't know what to read next. So I've been like kind of like staring at my cart to see
Mm-hmm.
if like anything stands out to me for me to like try next, but like I can't think of anything. I'm like, yeah, it's just so annoying
Oh
to
no.
DNF several books in a row.
Oh,
Like
that's so frustrating.
I'm just so picky. I guess I'm just so picky with books now, but it's like the books I've been reading lately, like they haven't been like what I've been liking, I guess. Like they haven't been delivering.
Yeah. I mean, you are a beta reader, proofreader, and editor, so like it kind of makes sense. Like I feel like you're gonna see books differently since you kind of like I don't know, you kind of like work on them like for your job. So I feel like you're gonna be pickier when it with books.
Oh,
But you'll hopefully you could find something else that
what's like the
like
past couple
will
romance
work.
books? The romance books I just DNF'd. The one I just DNF'd a couple days ago, that one was because like I said before, the romance wasn't developed well, so I didn't
Mhm.
like it. Like it kind of had a formula of modern romances that I don't like. And
Yeah.
then the two that I DNF'd before that, I DNF'd them mostly because they were actually women's fiction, so they didn't have like much romance in them at all.
Yeah, we like our
So
romance.
I think it's just like I'm DNFing books right now, though like aren't for me. Like there are things that I don't like, but to be fair, all of these books are books that I've had for like several years. So like I'd say like 3 years or something like that.
Mhm.
So I know everyone's taste changes.
Yeah,
Um and yeah, it's just like
definitely.
I just hate when this
I
happens because it
know, I feel
happens to
so
me.
bad.
It just happens to me a lot. It's like I really have to keep trying until I find a book that like sticks with me.
Yeah,
But like, oof, it's
and I'm
like
sorry that that one didn't work out for you.
it's like every time I get into a slump, like the series the third Iron Face spin-off series, that one has been getting me out of my slump. Like it worked for me a
Interesting.
couple weeks ago where I read the second book. It got me out of my slump, and then the first one got me out of my slump last year in like March.
I feel like fantasy always helps
And
you.
then Fourth Wing got me out of my slump in like the second part of last year. So yeah, fantasy does
Fantasy
work for
does
me.
work for you.
But it's like I want to read other genres too, and it's just like no like oh my gosh, like most of the romance books I've been reading nowadays, I'm not liking. Like
I
they're not delivering for
know, it's
me.
so interesting.
And so I'm trying to branch out read other genres too. Like I want to read some historical fiction.
Yeah,
I have several on
maybe
my
I
cart,
think you should go with something different.
but like after DNF and Pachinko, like I just DNF'd and that was historical fiction. Oh, now I'm like torn. I'm like, if I should try another historical fiction that I was planning to read this month, or just like
I would.
try something else.
Yeah,
But I
why
have no
not?
idea
I would give it a shot.
because the one I was gonna read like
Mhm.
next, it's another like Asian historical fiction, and the plot is kind of similar to Pachinko.
Mhm.
So it's like almost the same thing, but it's like Chinese instead of Korean. So I'm like, I could try it, but now I'm just like so torn because yeah, every time this happens, it puts me in like a slump where I don't know what to read.
Oh, I'm so sorry. And like I very rarely DNF books, so like Steph and I are opposites, I feel like. I finish pretty much every book that I read, so I can't always relate, but hopefully you'll find something that works. Yeah, maybe you just stay like with a historical book.
I know. I have some historical romance books um on my TBR.
There has to be something that'll work for you.
Hmm.
Sherry said I'm so old school when it comes to recipes. I have a stack of cookbooks. Imagine that, but my favorite's the joy of cooking. It has
Oh yeah,
everything.
that one's really popular.
Yeah, that's a big popular one, and I still like recipe cookbooks as well. We do have some, but yeah, I also use Pinterest, but I love being old school. I still love flipping through cookbooks and everything like that. There's nothing like them. I don't recall the recipe I used, but the yogurt sounds familiar. It was 5 ingredients max, probably less. Okay. Yeah, cool. I'm definitely gonna try the homemade bagels. I don't know, Joanne. I think I'd have to have physical samples of desserts. Yeah, same. Steph, do you have any older romances to read? You aren't liking the modern ones, so maybe an older one. Good point. Good point, Storm.
it's kind of it's kind of weird though because last year I read a couple of romances. One of them came out 2019, and one of them came out 2019, and that book was Well Met by Jen DeLuca
Mhm.
and Stacey knows.
Your favorite.
That was one of my favorite books of last
I have it
year.
right over there,
It
actually.
is it is so good. So that one was like 4 years old, and I loved it. Maybe that's
That's
why
rare for you
I
now.
feel like a lot of I know I feel like a lot of books I'm picking up haven't been as good as that one. And then
Yeah.
I read other ones last year that came out around that time, or like maybe 5 years ago.
Hmm.
Some of them I didn't like, and then I read Love and Other Words from Christina Lauren. That
Yes.
one came out 2018, so that one came out kind of like 5 years ago, and that one I loved too. So it's like some of the older ones and newer ones too. It's like some of them I like and some of them I don't.
I know, it's like
So it's very weird.
it's like we're trying to like find a pattern, but like it's not. It just doesn't really like. I don't know. There's no way to like. I don't know. Figure it out ahead of time. Like
even Fix Her Up by Tessa Bailey.
every
like,
book is just so different for you.
That one
you
was
know?
like, is it 5 years old? And
Yeah.
I wasn't a huge fan of that one.
Yeah, like everything's so different for you. Like it's hard for you to predict if you're going to want to read something or if you're going to like it or not. I feel like it's hard to figure out. But yeah, maybe reading an older romance is a good way to go, or like trying another historical book. Thank you for the suggestion, Storm. I think that's a really good idea. Sometimes if I do have several books, I look to see if I'm just transforming somehow as a person. I try not to think of it as a slump. Yeah, like your taste is changing or like, seeing it differently. I think that's a good way to go.
My taste is definitely changing a lot for romance.
Yeah.
Like,
definitely.
It's like a lot
pickier.
A lot of my romance books I bought maybe like 3 years ago, around like 2020.
Yeah.
And I was telling Stace, there's a certain formula in newer romances that I'm not liking where I don't like the physical stuff in the beginning.
I don't either.
And I don't like and I also don't like when the physical part of a relationship is most of the book.
Yep.
And I feel like for a lot of the modern romances,
that's how they are.
The relationships are mostly physical and like you don't really get to see the romances like build up and develop, so they're not developed well. That's something that's been irritating me about like newer releases too. So I've been having a hard time with that. I'm like, there's a certain formula that I just like really like, and I'm starting to like more slow burn romances.
Yep.
So I guess I have to do a lot of research to figure out what books like go with my taste now. And then I gotta take a look at all the older romances on my shelves to see if there's something that I would still like.
Yeah. I think you're just getting pickier with romance.
Yeah, I think I am.
Steph and I say like our favorite formula for romance is like the Hallmark movie formula. That's what we call it. Like the Hallmark movie formula is us. We love a lighthearted romance with a happy ending. Third act conflict. Like the traditional tropes, friends to lovers, second chance romance, workplace romance, like very clean romance tropes. No like physical like I don't know, no like not no physical attraction, but there's no like I don't know, it's not like the whole like focus of the story. Like the characters aren't just hooking up. Like
exactly.
We like a slow burn where you could see like the full development of the characters and the romance, how it develops like slowly and like
where they actually get to know each other.
Builds up into something where they're actually spending time together, getting to know each other, and then once they're kind of like in love and they know each other really well, then okay, like something physical can happen. But we want to see like the whole thing, like a slow burn, the whole romance build up slowly, from start to finish, where they get to know each other first. Very clean, where it's not about like lust or like the physical attraction or anything like that. We call it the Hallmark formula. That's what we like, just like the lighthearted, clean romances with like the more traditional tropes. That's just what we like.
I don't mind spice in a romance book, but my preference now is if it's only in like the second half, like when the couple actually gets together.
Exactly.
And another thing,
like we don't like when books start out with like a one night stand. We want them to actually get to know each other and be dating, and then the physical part comes after that.
Yeah, and like
we're like very traditional people.
And another thing I've been finding that's lacking in like the romances I've been reading, and this is how the romance book I just seen out the other day was. So like I feel like for newer romances, it doesn't show the characters actually dating anymore. Like they don't go on dates. And
I know, and we like seeing that, like them actually dating.
Since Stacey and I are very traditional, I still like when like when a couple like goes out on a first date and then like it shows them actually like going on dates and then it becomes official. But a lot of the romances I've been reading, and that's how the one I just read was, where they got married in Vegas accidentally. Like they were so drunk that they got married in Vegas. And so
funny.
after that, their relationship just became like mostly physical.
Mm-hmm.
So they never they never actually dated.
And like got to know each other.
They never actually went on dates. They were never official. Like they were never actually a couple. And then you're supposed to believe, like halfway through the book, I got to 70%. Like you're supposed to believe that like 70% through the book, the couples like they just realized that they like love each other and everything, and I'm just like,
but you don't know each other.
But you never actually like dated, and you never really, and you don't really know each other. Like it just felt so underdeveloped, and like that's the issue I've been having with like romances lately. Where I'm like, where's the romance?
Yeah, exactly. Where's the actual romance?
Like it's, everything's like off. It's like almost everything's like told like it's like everything's off screen.
Yeah.
And like nothing's
exactly like
in the book.
Like where's the dating and the courting and like that's what we want to see. Like when the people are getting to know each other and then they become official, like just like the classic formula. And then after they become official, they fall in love and then have the physical part. Like that's just what we like. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and I feel like, most of like the modern romance books are just not written that way anymore. Yeah. It's more about like the hooking up and like the one night stands. And we're just not a fan. Like, we don't like when books start out with one night stands and that's how like a couple meets. Like, we're not really a fan and they date after that. Like, we're just very traditional. So we don't like that. We like when the physical stuff comes later. Basically, so
I just don't like when the
our reading taste is definitely changing when it comes to romance. That's
I don't like when the relationships. It's like mostly physical, and then like you're literally supposed to believe that they like actually like love each other.
Yeah, like it just doesn't make sense. Exactly. Fast-paced fantasy gets me out of slumps too. Amazing 5-star reads usually start my slumps. Oh, that's so interesting. How fantasy also helps you, Nicole. I love that. What's the other book you're thinking of, Steph?
Oh, I think I mentioned it in our last sprint. It was Peach Blossom Spring. I'll show you the cover.
Oh yeah, the historical fiction.
This is the other one. I have it up on Goodreads.
That one. Peach Blossom Spring. Yeah, we were talking about that in our last sprints. That one sounds good. So you should definitely give it a try. Hopefully you'll like that one better.
I think it's very similar to Pachinko.
Joanne said to Nicole, remind me to give you some once I perfect some recipes. Yeah, I love that, Joanne. Yum. Just found someone making the most difficult donut recipe ever. Oh my gosh, thanks for sharing, Joanne. I will have to check that out. Maybe some Nicholas Sparks as a palate cleanser. Oh, I love Nicholas Sparks. I actually just read The Return from him the other day.
I actually have a couple of his books.
Yes, and Steph has never read his books. I'm a huge fan, so I've been trying to. Which one?
I read A Walk to Remember.
Oh yeah, you read A Walk to Remember a long time ago. But yeah, I've been wanting Steph to read his other books because they're exactly what we like. Like they're very clean, like closed door romances. So yeah, I completely agree. Nicholas Sparks is actually a really good idea.
Actually, that's not a bad idea.
I know you should because we have a million Nicholas Sparks books. I want you to read more of his books. That would actually be a good idea. Thank you for sharing, Sherry. His books are very clean. They're exactly what we like. So I think that's a great idea. B for Mama Needs to Read Romance just did a sweet romance video. She's a fun YouTuber.
I love her.
I was gonna say, you watch her, right?
I just recently discovered her channel maybe like a month ago.
I know who this is.
I love her. I love her videos. She reads a lot of historical romance too. I love her content.
Yes, I think I've seen a couple of her vlogs that you were watching. Yeah, she seems really fun. I'll definitely have to watch more of her videos. Thank you for sharing. She's awesome. I agree. We don't get pickier the more we read. We simply begin to have more fine taste. So maybe you're just figuring out what you like better, stuff. Yeah. And I think that happens naturally. The more that you read, the more you kind of figure out what you like and what you don't like. Yeah. For sure. That's true. Especially with romance. Like we like our romances done a certain way. Nicole, I like the way you think. Yeah. Absolutely. Thanks, Storm. I agree. I like my romances like that. Yeah. Glad you agree, Storm. Like, I want the Hallmark formula. Yep. Like, Steph and I love Hallmark movies because we just love the formula they use. Like, they do such a great job developing the characters in like an hour and 20-minute movie. So that's what we like.
That's the thing
we
too.
wish more books were written like that. We absolutely love Christina Lauren. Like Christina Lauren's books, like they get us. Like their books are what we like. They're always so good and we always love them. So we need like more authors like them.
Yeah, I was just telling you the other day. So because like we watch Hallmark movies that are clean.
Yeah.
And like I'm a big K-drama fan. If you guys don't know, like I am Stacey knows this.
Yes.
I am always watching a K-drama. I love them so much. And K-dramas are so clean.
Mhm.
There's no physical stuff at all.
Agreed.
They're pretty much all PG-13. Like so they're very clean romances. So so watching K-dramas and Hallmark that are both like clean romances, I think that's just what we're used to. So it's like now when I go into my romance books, like I want them to be like that.
Exactly.
Like more developed and like not about the physical stuff. And,
exactly. Like that's
clean.
just what we like. It's true. Like it's called a romance book for a reason. Yep. And like nowadays it's like, where is the romance? Like in these books, like there's not romance in it. So it makes perfect sense. But yeah, we love the Hallmark formula the best. Oh yes, I remember Peach Blossom Spring. Yeah, you'll have to give that one a try and see if that's like a little bit better. Are you gonna return the other book then?
I already did.
Oh, you did?
I'm glad I brought it from the library.
Yeah, at least you were like reading it for free.
That's kind of why I did, but just in case I didn't like it the second time.
But books don't always work out, you know, that's just how it goes. Mm-hmm. All right, I think we made it through the comments. We've been talking for a while, so thank you guys for hanging in there. Why don't we jump into another sprint? Quick question for you guys. So, would you prefer to do one more long sprint, really long, for the night, or would you prefer two shorter ones? Do you have a preference? Because I'm thinking to do one or two more sprints depending on the length of time, since it's almost 9:30. So would you prefer one really long one or two shorter ones with the chats in between? Let me know if you have a preference. Because I'm trying to decide like what we should do next. With like the time that we have left. So let me know if you have a preference. And I will check the comments. But if anyone has a preference, feel free to share. We're open to either one. So it's just a matter of what you guys prefer. Steph, do you have a preference?
I don't care because I think I'm just gonna look at my books and like
and probably not start another one.
Yeah, I'm probably just gonna like look through my books and stuff.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really matter to me.
But yeah, if anyone has a preference, feel free to share. Okay, so I'm thinking like, why don't we do?
What time is it? Oh,
okay,
9:26.
Let's do a half hour. Why don't we go until the next hour, and then we can decide from there what we want to do. Unless like, I don't know, because we can either do two more, like I said, two more sprints or one long one. What would you guys prefer? Storm said long. Thank you. Does anybody else have a preference? I'm okay with the long sprint as well. Oh, there's a couple comments coming through YouTube.
It's a little delayed.
Millie said short. Just said long. Either is fine. No preference. Don't mind either. Okay, thank you guys. Why don't we just go with long since more of you voted for long? So why don't we do... Should we do an hour or is that too long?
Are you going to do more reading?
Or maybe why don't we go till 15? Yeah, I think so. Let's go till 15. The next hour. So that's about like 48 minutes. I think that'll be good. So it's like almost an hour. I think that will work. It's kind of like right in the middle. So I'm gonna pull our beautiful ambiance back up. All right, friends. So I think this is gonna be our last sprint of the night. This night is just going by so fast. We would stay here forever if we could, but it is starting to get late for us. So this will be our final sprint. So we will go until 15, about 45 minutes, and then we will wrap up for the night. Happy sprinting. We're back from our final sprint, friends. Sorry, I'm coming back a little late. I was trying to finish my chapter, and I'm really close to finishing, but that was a super quick, nice sprint. How did it go for all of you? Let me know in the chat. I made it to page 136, and it ends with us. So I'm 36% done. So I read 136 pages tonight, so I'm very happy with that. And I'm really enjoying the book so far. So far so good. Let me know how you guys did, and then we will wrap up for the evening. Um, and I know that Sarah had to leave. She said, I'm getting tired, and I told her, thanks for joining us. Have a good night. So I know she already left. Millie said, what was that book? I have no idea what to think about that. Are you talking about Does It Hurt by H.D. Carlton? Was that the one that you're thinking of? I think I'm gonna give it 3 stars, but may change my mind when it's not 3 yet. Thank you so much for staying up with us, Millie. You did not have to do that. I know you're much further ahead in time, so you did not have to stay up all this time. Thank you so much for joining. Make sure to get some sleep, even though it's the weekend. I don't want you to be overtired, so I really appreciate you staying up with us, but you definitely did not have to do that. But thank you so much. You must be exhausted. I'm already tired. You guys could probably tell. Like I look tired. And it's, like, not even 11 o'clock, so thank you for staying up, this late to join us. I really appreciate it. Glad you finished your book. About 20 pages, starting to doze some. Yeah, I think everyone's getting sleepy at this point. Glad you were able to read 20 pages. Hopefully you're still enjoying your book, Sherry. Although we have 2 Sherrys here. Read 118 pages. So far, it's good, but not great. Wow, that's a lot of pages. Congrats. I hope you're enjoying it so far. That's amazing. Yeah, finished it in that sprint. Awesome. Um, I know everybody says the same thing that they don't know what to think about it. I'll have to like look into that book. It just sounds absolutely insane. Um, I'm very intrigued by it, to be honest. Even though I don't know if it would be for me, I kind of want to try it now. I'm glad you're able to finish. I'm a night person, not even feeling that tired. Oh, really? Okay, so you're a night owl. Um, I like nights too, but I don't stay up usually past like midnight. That's probably like the latest I stay up. So I'm starting to feel it, but I'm glad that you're not too tired. So I really appreciate you staying up with us. When I work till 10:30 p.m. So this is nothing for me. Oh, I didn't realize you worked late, Jess. I know you're a nurse, right? Um, that makes sense. Well, I'm glad that like this time doesn't bother you. Um, yeah, I'm so happy to hear that. 25 pages in a wheel of time. I'll probably read a bit more tonight. Awesome. Hope you're still enjoying it. I love that you're getting a lot read and you're reading a little bit every day. Hopefully you're enjoying it, Nicole. You're so welcome. Thank you for being here. Appreciate it. I did no reading, dealt with the kids for bed, cuddled animals as they were laying on me, about to watch Supernatural with my husband for bed. Awesome. I have never seen Supernatural, but I've always been intrigued by it. So I'll definitely have to check it out. I feel like it has a really good cast. No worries that you didn't get any reading done. Your family comes first. I hope you enjoy watching Supernatural the rest of the night. I definitely want to check out that show. I didn't read much. I watched YouTube. Yeah, no worries at all. Completely understand. I usually watch YouTube at night when I'm not reading. So hopefully you had a nice YouTube binge. Nothing funner than watching YouTube, right? Especially booktube. That is the best. But I really appreciate you all joining us tonight for our impromptu sprints. Thank you so much for being here. I know it's late, and we really appreciate you hanging out with us. I'm getting super sleepy now, so I think we are going to close out here. But I really appreciate all your love and support, and I'm so happy to our new community members who joined and found our channel today. We're so glad to have you, and thank you everybody for being so supportive and welcoming as usual. We'll be scheduling sprints next week. So stay tuned. We'll be getting book club ready for February next week, so stay tuned for that. And join our Discord with the link in the description to be up to date. And we'll also have a new video out next week. But I hope you all have a lovely rest of your Saturday, whatever time it is for you. I hope you have an amazing rest of your weekend as well. Love the sprint. Looking forward to the next. Thanks for joining, Jess. Really appreciate it. I'm so glad you were able to make it, even though you were busy. We'll definitely do some more night sprints as well, since they seem to work very well for everybody. You're so welcome, Sherry. Thank you for joining us. It was so nice to meet you. I'm so glad you found us. Hopefully, we'll see you at the next one. And thank you for the sprints. You're so, so welcome. Thank you all so much for joining me. We love and appreciate you all so much. Have a great rest of your night, everybody. Have a great rest of your weekend. And we will be back next week for some more sprints. So we will see you very soon. Take care, friends.